Unrequited love is a learned experience. It is a conditioned afterthought. And the reason I say this is because unrequited love is a part of many of our subconscious narratives, because at some point in our life, a parent, a caregiver, a teacher, a friend, they did not show up the same way in love that you did. And so when we create the narrative of saying, okay, well, I expressed myself and it wasn't given back, then when that narrative is running in the subconscious programming, it's going to constantly be reflected to us. So then we lose our self-worth, we lose our self-confidence, we cannot value and appreciate our true selves, because now that lack of worth, that lack of confidence is telling us that we're not worthy of having reciprocated love. We are not worthy, good enough to receive what we feel in return, because at one point, what we felt was not returned to us, right? So how we're able to step out of this narrative is, one, pinpoint where it came from, right? It's most likely a home, early childhood environmental situation here. Through my personal experience, it was strictly through both of my parents, because there was a lack of emotional depth in my home. And especially for girls, their first true love is their father. So how my father treated me was completely emotionally absent, right? So with him being emotionally absent my entire life, that's what I grew up believing love was, right? So then I reflected in life people not being able to express their love to me, right? And or if I expressed love to people, it was never reciprocated back to me, because in early childhood, I expressed love, but it wasn't returned, right? And so when we continue to loop this narrative in our mind, it continues to keep us hung up in that perspective of saying we're not lovable, we're not good enough to be loved. And then we're afraid, right? So then our mask goes up. We hide our feelings. We're afraid to express ourselves because we don't want to get rejected. Our pride is protecting us, right? Protecting us from further pain. But that's where that courage is then being suppressed, because we'll never know what's truly going on, right? In somebody else's perception of connection, unless we try, unless we open ourselves up, right? And I think that's a huge misconception here in this world, is that so many of us have opened ourselves up to love, to connection, but because we are connecting with people that have also been hurt, that are also in the same wounding as us, we're just constantly going in cycles of hurting and pain and hurting and unrequited and not equal give and take and deception and lies and betrayal. I mean, and so we just keep cycling in the same stuff. So then by the time there is something true, when there is an opportunity for something stable, we're playing out the old narrative. We're conditioned in that patterning that says, alert, I can't do that, because then I'm going to get rejected, because I'm going to, maybe I'm lying to myself. Maybe this is a huge illusion, right? Because we're illusioning ourselves to believe that all of the past conditioning is going to play out again. So this is about healing our self-worth. This is about healing our self-confidence. If this is something you are interested in, you can visit the link in my bio. I have a worthiness activation interactive workbook, which I think is phenomenal, right? So if you want to get to the bottom line of why you feel like you're not good enough for love, maybe questioning how come you continue to step into unrequited cycles of love, is because there's somewhere deep inside of you that believes you're unlovable. You do not have the confidence to say, if I feel this for somebody else, that they also feel it for me. Now, of course, everybody has their own free will. Maybe you will get rejected, but I also believe that however you are feeling is exactly going to be mirrored back to you. So if you have the courage and the bravery to follow your heart, then you are going to energetically be matched with somebody who has the same capability to do the same. And if that person cannot meet you where you are setting the standard at, then that alone is going to tell you, right? We can't be rejected from people who are going to meet us, because the people that are going to meet us where we want to be met will be able to step up to that plate. And if you'll know that people are not able to meet you there long before you even have the opportunity to open up. If you know what I mean, you'll catch that.